we always believe that being in the Central Committee, one of the main functions of the Central Committee, and that is to implement the resolutions made in the EGM. And as you're well aware, on the October the 10th EGM, no confidence vote against Tee Keat. And for the second resolution, they brought back Soi Lek as a member. But in the third resolution, he failed. And that was by way of a simple majority. So on the 15th of October, so the Central Committee, we had a meeting. So we interpreted the resolutions made on the 10th October. So we came to the conclusion that there was a vacancy in the job left behind by Soi Lek. So by virtue of Article 174 of the party constitution, so that's why we thought there was a vacancy. Then we went for the election within the Central Committee members. And we elected Tiong Lai to be the Deputy President. But unfortunately, not without us knowing it, the President, having the CC made the conclusion, without us knowing it, the President he wrote directly to the RS, asking for certain clarification, to which, of course, having found us out, we don't agree with that. Because under the MCA party constitution, it is for the CC to decide the vacancy issue by resorting to Article 174 of the party constitution. So that's why we were not happy with it. And also the fact that resolutions made on the 10th October, if that can be disregarded, meaning we are creating a very dangerous precedent in MCA, meaning next round, next time, the future MCA leaders, they can pick and choose. The resolutions made in their favor, then they can implement.
It needs to calling for EGM.
Yes.
And what's your committee title?
It's we call it MRIT, MRIT, the Malaysian the MCA Integrity Restoring Task Force. The reason why we use the word integrity, because we feel that the integrity of MCA has been lost through the actions and words and everything promises made by the leaders, and apparently they are not fulfilling the promises of what they have made earlier. So that's why we use the word, in Chinese we use the word 诚信. So in English, the rough translation is integrity.
Do you think about the promise by Tee Keat as well as Soi Lek that they would consider calling for fresh poll after 6 months?
You say, when you say fresh poll under 6 months, as appeared in the paper today, there are two things, put it this way. The first thing is the time frame of 6 months. The second thing is the mode of election, which is totally different things. Now, let us take these two things on different levels. The first thing, a 6 months period. Now, the thing is this. We are saying that the party has lost its integrity and credibility. Do you think we have to wait for 6 months before we can restore it? What we think is credibility and integrity have been lost, as well as in the eyes of the Chinese community and also in the general public, the voters and so on. So we thought it is not the issue of 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever it is, but we are thinking there must be an immediate resolution to this issue in order to restore the order and also the confidence of the people on MCA. So that is my answer to that. Now, the second level of the question, and that will be on the mode of election. And the mode of election, of course, we are not arguing over the mode of election, because even prior to the sacking of Soi Lek, even the Central Committee, we were talking about the possibility of having this direct election onto the President and so on. Now they are talking about CC and so on. Okay, fair enough. That is the kind of idea. But at best, this kind of thing, it remains, they are referring to the mode of election. So now we shouldn't lose our focus. Now we are talking about the necessity of having fresh elections now in order to restore the order and credibility and integrity of MCA, which have lost now.
Do you accept their excuse that the 6 month period is to stabilize the party?
As you say from the question, it is an excuse, and in fact the kind of the loss of integrity, it's itself an instability factor. So we cannot see how we can prolong this one. So are you saying that we must wait for 6 months before we can find back or to restore the order and credibility of MCA? Which we don't think so.
What do you think of the action that announcement by Chua Soi Lek that the party central will issue letter to all the central delegates not to encourage them not to attend this, your EGM, as well as your EGM is a now and not valid?
Well, it is a privilege. It is a privilege. They can do whatever as they deem fit. But the point is this: they are trying to look for ways and means in order not to have a fresh elections. And if it is right or what they say, 96% combined, mathematically, yeah, that's right. I thought that is quite a disastrous way of calculating. Because if they can say this, if that is to be upheld, and if that is deemed to be right, meaning Obama and McCain, they can make a joint statement and say from the balloting of the American presidency election, both of them can command the support from the confidence from all the American voters. So I don't think that is right. Now, back to the legality of the EGM. It is a valid EGM requisition on the 29th of October by 16 CC members. And it is actually done in accordance with the party constitution. And it will not be invalid just because somebody cast doubt on it. Because it is a valid EGM. Now, the reason why we are having the persistent view that it is a valid EGM, simply because under Article 27 of the party constitution, it says clearly, as long as you don't breach any of the express provisions of our party articles, there are 176 altogether. So as long as you don't breach any of the express provision, then of course you can make the kind of motion as the party deems fit from time to time, as a method of running the party. So it is not in breach of any of the express provisions and articles. Now the thing is, yesterday they asked a few lawyers, but the way we see it, they merely recycle the issue, put it in another different package, make it more attractive. But they're saying the same thing. I don't think there's anything new from there.